Alright, so how's it going? I've just washed my rims here. I'm about to Plasti dip them. The next step is I'm going to actually clean every nook and cranny, make sure it's all sanitized. I'm going to be using glasses cleaner. Just a word of advice, make sure you're cleaning every nook and cranny first. I use soap and water, dish soap, scrub them down. And then I'm going to go back over them, make sure there's no dirt or anything like that. And I'm going to take you through this process. This is step number 2. The step number 1, again, I can't stress that enough. Make sure you clean them. I'm doing the front and the back. Go ahead and clean them. Soap, I use regular dish soap. It strips all the grease and all that, brake dust and all that crap you don't want to Plasti dip, or else it just won't stick on the rim there. So go ahead and make sure you do that. I'm about to show you the second step, which is just spraying it down, making sure, lightly spraying it down, making sure that you're getting every nook and cranny ready for Plasti dipping. So here we go. Alright, and just another point of advice. Sunlight. We actually have sun today. Another point of advice, use gloves when you're painting and also doing the second step here. Third step's painting. Just because you don't want to get your oil, from your hands and stuff like that all over. So here we go. And just another tip before we get going. I'm using a microfiber towel and some glasses cleaner like I mentioned before. Your microfiber towel, as soon as you pull it out, make sure you give it a good whipping a couple of times. Shake it out. There's going to be some fuzz. It won't like that. Just really not good for getting fuzz and then painting over top of it. And just again, I'm just going to use a few squirts and we'll see. Go ahead and find a new clean spot on your rag and continue going. Now before I continue on, I just want to mention I've already done this. This is my second go around at step number 2. The first time the camera didn't work and I kind of wanted to take you guys through the steps. I don't think I'll need to do the bottom again. I showed you how to do it on the first one. The bottom on the next couple are pretty clean already, so I already scraped them down. See an example of what the last rag looked like. It's pretty dirty. You got some dirty stains on there and whatnot, and that you don't want that when you're painting, right? This is exactly why we're doing step number 2, is because you don't want this sort of thing. Take a little bit of time, do this, let them dry. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Alright guys, so the next step is just going to go ahead and let them sit. Let them dry off. Probably give them about an hour or so, and then I'm going to go ahead and paint them. I'm using an off-brand that I got from Canadian Tire. Not supporting them, just wherever I can find it, and that's where I found it. It's called Protective. Same sort of thing, made in Canada, blah blah blah, not as good, same crap, pretty much anyways. So again, just going to let these sit for a little while, let them dry off before I go ahead and actually shoot them with paint, and I'll be back. Just wanted to talk a little bit about the rims before I go ahead and paint them here while they're drying. Bought them from a used site here for about $1,000. It's not too bad. They're used, but they're pretty good. I think the tires are Michelin's here. Yep, Michelin's. I think the actual tire is called a Pilot in there. Michelin Pilot HX MXM4. So they're okay. I guess they cost the guy kind of a bit. They are, I think, 225, 45, 18. I'm stepping up from 16. They came off of a RS or LTZ cruise. I chose to go with stock rims just because they're a little bit sturdier and they're made a little bit cheaper, better. I don't know. Didn't really want aftermarket rims and all that. So these are pretty nice. They're not super freaking fancy. They're not chromed out or blacked out or anything like that, but they do the job. I mean, got the bow tie. Those are 5x105s. Michelin's, I guess, so we're only ran for about an oil change, so 5,000 kilometers or a couple of thousand miles. Fairly nice condition. I mean, there are spots when I was cleaning them here, you notice. Of course, they don't tell you when you're buying them, like, you know, that one there. And if you just look around, there's just a couple other spots. You know, scratches there. I don't know if you can see that, but there should be some scratches right there. And just regular dents and wear, I guess, from using the rims a bit and that particular stuff. So, which is okay. That's no problem to me. I don't mind that one bit. I'm gonna paint over them anyways. You know, there's one there too. It's pretty shiny, but it's where the lacquer's coming off. All right. Well, I'll be back. All right, guys. So I'm back. They're all dry. It's been about an hour or so. We're gonna go ahead and Plasti dip. And Plasti dip that I'm using, this is from my plastic rim, so I have like a half a can left. But I'm shaking it for about a minute. It's about room temperature, so should be okay. Follow the instructions here. We'll see what happens. I don't have my other hand glove because I'll be holding my mask most of the time up against my nose here, just to make sure that I'm not breathing in any fumes. Make sure also, my good tip of the day, you know what I mean, make sure you're working in a ventilated area. You don't want to get yourself dizzy. You don't want to breathe those chemicals in. Make sure you wear a mask. I know this isn't the best one. It'll have to do for now. I can't find anything else, so and I don't want to go buy anything or whatever, run around and waste time. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. You might see my glasses fogging up a bit. The first layer there, we're going to do here. The first layer is just going to be a thin coat. I'll show you each one. We'll go across and just a thin coat, nothing too major at first, and then we'll go ahead and do another coat. Usually in between coats you wait about 15 minutes or so, spray. You want to make sure it's still sticky. If it's not sticky, the paint won't adhere, it won't stick right, and it'll just start to flake off, or it'll crack when you go to peel it off. Make sure also, I have another 3 cans, so probably a quarter can here, and another 3 full cans that I'm going to try and use. Hopefully I can save a can and a half, 2 cans, maybe just a can. For the back, I might have to go buy another can, but we'll see how that works. Once it dries tomorrow, I'll clue you in. So, let's cut to the rims and let's see what happens. Actually a nice day outside. Can't believe that. Can't believe that one bit. Alright, so here's the first pass. They're looking alright, I guess. Give me 15 minutes or so and I'll come back. Alright, so just back. Waited about 15 minutes or so. It's dry. I'm going to get back at her. For the third pass here, and see they're coming out alright. I'm not sure if I want to clear them or not. I'm worried about spotting. Then you got stuff and you can see it like that. And what? What? What the fuck? Look at this. I fucking accidentally bought gunmetal gray and whoops. Good thing I didn't spray too much. Alright, so I finally made it back. I had to go get some more paint and let's see what happens. I think maybe one more or two more coats. We'll see. What the fuck is this? Oh, pissed me off running. The can that I was going to spray on, the rims that are waiting to be sprayed are... It was broken. How much does that suck? Alright guys, well, I've just gone to the store, taken back the two crappy cans. One black didn't work and one was the wrong color somehow. I got that wrecked anyways. She refunded my money, then I had to go find actual Plasti dip. I didn't know we had it in the city. I found it at Auto Source, they're affiliates with Canadian Tire. Anyways, they had tons of them. They were completely dead in the shop. I just went in, I grabbed one can. I think that should suffice. Let's see how this goes. I noticed how much crappier this one is. Look at the nozzle. In comparison to the Plasti Dip actual brand one, not the Canadian Tire or the Canadian knockoff. So it's a little more expensive, but it looks like I'm going to have a more accurate spray. Freaking thing lasts forever. So, Between the two you see here, this one worked okay, but it ran out super quick. This one probably I did about, you saw 3 passes there, maybe even 4. I even had enough time to cover up all the little spots and everything with this one. That was just 1 can of the actual branded stuff. So probably my recommendation is just spend the money or go on Amazon and get the actual brand versus Canadian Tire crappiness. Alright, out. Alright, so before I leave you, here it is. Here's the rims. They're nicely dipped. Back of them are nice. Just gonna let them sit and dry probably now for about 15 hours or so.